Good morning, guys, and happy Tuesday. Cheers. See, I'm trying to be positive there. We are in the last week of January, so thank God for that. But the weather is still bloody miserable, isn't it? But anyway, yeah, last week of January, fantastic. But as I said, the weather is still miserable out there. I felt the full brunt of this latest storm we've been having yesterday. Yesterday I did a 15-mile run, and it was a hilly run. I think I gained about 800 feet of elevation gain, but that's not normally the issue because I've done that before. The issue was the headwinds. Oh my God, I've never felt, well, I have, but most of the headwinds were just going uphill. It was absolutely ridiculous, if I'm honest with you. My legs just felt absolutely battered. The last 3 miles, you know that wobbly leg feeling you got when your legs are just completely gone? The last 3, maybe even 4 miles of that run, my legs were just giving up, and I just had to really cruise it home. I mean, the point of yesterday's run, again, I thought I'd try a 15-mile hilly run. So I went round Belvoir Castle yesterday and got some really nice elevation. I thought, okay, we'll work up the hills and cruise down the hills, and when we get on the flats, we'll work on the flats. It went okay. I mean, I did get some nice pace on the flats, but working up the hills, going into headwind, really took it out of my legs. I mean, I got home yesterday and I pretty much collapsed on the sofa, and I've had to just rejig my training schedule this week because today was going to be a session day, but no, it's not going to be a session day now. I'm going to be doing, after I've finished shooting this, I'm going to be doing 11 miles easy, which is going to give my legs a bit of a rest, and then tomorrow we'll roll into a session, which is leading me into why I'm probably shooting this video. Really, I thought I'd do a nice little video about training and how I'm training for this upcoming half marathon, and how I train and plan my training in general, really. So normally I sat down last night, planned my week's worth of training. So I've been doing this for many years now, and obviously my old coach Gary, I mean, he advises me more these days than coaches me, but he's actually taught me everything I've known, how to train, how to race properly, and you know, he's been a really good teacher for me. I actually owe him quite a lot, really. So, you know, over the years he's been there for me, and he's been absolutely amazing. So I just want to, first before I get into anything like that, I just want to say cheers, Gary. Thank you very much, buddy. Your help, advice and knowledge over the years has been really, really appreciated. Right, training. Normally my training schedule looks kind of like that. Now I do a monthly training block, but I sat down last night, started my new training block, but planning in advance, I only plan these days a week in advance, only because I like to be flexible with my training, and with family in general and with the weather, I don't like to plan too far in advance. I know when my race is going to be, and I tend to try and kind of work backwards and how much of a training block that's going to give me. And I know this training block is only 5 weeks. I keep looking down here, so I'm just looking at my training I've got. But I know this training block is only 5 weeks, so it's short. But that's just down to when the race is on. It's on the 9th of February, and obviously I'm working back. It fell over Christmas from a training block as well, so I kind of just kicked in with a training block after Christmas, and I went on from there. But yeah, so it's been a short training block, but how I've actually been training for this. So how I normally set my wake up, if any of you guys been watching my previous videos, you know really, normally with my training for anything like a 10k or a half marathon or even just 5ks, I normally set it up with a long run, 2 sessions and a tempo run, and the rest is easy miles around it. At the moment, with me doing the half marathon, I'm maxing out, I'm staying around that 60 mile mark. Now with my long runs, I like to mix my long runs up like I've explained before. I like to have it even as a hilly long run, or I'll do an easy long run, or I will do kind of like a session in the long run. Either have some steady work in there, some tempo work in there, or some reps in there, like 5 minutes on, 2 minutes off, or some mile reps in there as well. Yesterday, obviously, I did a hilly run. So my session this week is going to be either 5 times 2k or 3 times 2 mile. Now, with my half marathon pace looking around about the 6:10 to 6:15 minute mile, because I'm looking to go under that sub 1:22 for the half marathon. I'm looking to, throughout this training block, I've tried to hit as much of that pace as I can in my sessions. Like you've seen my longer session, I've done like the 6 times a mile or the 10 times a k. I've always tried to nail down that pace as much as I can. And in my shorter reps, I do like a shorter session, like a 5k session. I've tried to just get the legs turning, like in 400 meter reps, or when I've done 60-second reps. Just try to get those legs turning as quick as I can. Now in training, when I do my sessions, I don't try and overcomplicate things, and I tend to keep things as simple as possible. So as in my sessions, I've got a handful. Over the years, I've got a little book here. I've collected loads of different sessions over the years. Things have worked for me, things haven't worked for me. I tend to do, I've got like a handful, maybe just over a handful of go-to sessions which I know work for me. Some I enjoy, some I know hurt. I think the one that I don't know about fear, but the one that always gets me nervous doing is 5 times 2k, and it's a session I've actually got this week. It's always the one that I always think, oh crap, okay, and I always get nervous before the session, and I'm sure you guys have sessions the same as well. But yeah, I've got a handful of sessions, like go-to ones, which I try and plan around, and I know these just work for me, and they have done over the years. I mean, over the years, my training has adapted and evolved, especially as I've gotten older. I would say even my mentality's changed as an athlete. I definitely think as I was a younger athlete, I tended to be a bit more hard on myself. If I wasn't hitting paces, if I wasn't hitting times in races. Don't get me wrong, I still get frustrated sometimes if I don't hit a certain time in a race, but these days more, especially in training. The thing is though, there's loads of variables in training. Why you don't hit target paces, why you don't hit your goal times. You've got adverse weather conditions like we're having now. You've got to be adaptable. You've got are you sleeping right? How's your nutrition going? How are you feeling mentally on the day? There's loads of different things why you probably haven't been hitting your targets. But you shouldn't really beat yourself up too much about it. You move on to the next day and you try and hit it the next time you do a session, and you take it from there. At the end of the day, running is a sport, so it's a sport that we enjoy. You shouldn't be too hard on yourself. I remember sessions when I used to come off the track when I was training with my coach, and if I didn't hit my target paces, or if I didn't do as well as I wanted to do, I used to be really hard on myself next day. It was bad really, but these days I'm more like, okay, if I'm doing a session, I'd like it to be around about this pace, but if I don't, it's not the end of the world, is it? You know, you can go again the next day. You'll be out running again the next day on the recovery run, but obviously the next time you do a session, try and better yourself. You know, I did a race early part of this year, as you know, at the Udall 10K. That was, like I say, it was my worst time I did in 5 years. But adverse weather conditions on the day, which you cannot control, made that impossible to race. So you got to think about all these kinds of things going on around you as well. I mean, I've got 2 weeks now left in this training block until the Farnborough Half Marathon. Has the training gone well? I think it has, yeah. I've enjoyed the training. I've enjoyed varying the sessions. I've enjoyed varying the paces up, and it's been a good little training block, really. I'm looking forward to race day. I actually got my number in the post over the weekend as well, which kind of makes it a bit more real, doesn't it? When you get your number through the post, you think, oh, great, here we go. But I mean, you've also got to consider, okay, what if you don't get what you're shooting for? Yeah, you've got to consider these things in your mind as well. I mean, for me to get my England Master Vest, I've got to get the qualifying time, which is obviously the sub 122, but also I've got to be top 3 in my age category. I've got to be top 3 of the people who have registered. So, and if I don't get that, I won't get my England Master Vest. But, you know, I can go again. You know, it is not the end of the world. I can go again. And it makes it more challenging, I suppose. But anyway, 2 weeks left of this training block. We'll keep you posted on what everything I've been doing. I'll be taking you on a few more runs. But I'm gonna finish my coffee, get changed and head out. I'm actually in the garage at the moment, as you can see. I'm listening on the garage door now. It is absolutely pouring down. So it's gonna be a wet one today. I'll put a few clips in. I'll take you along with me. I'll put a few clips in. Right, there we go. 11 miles easy, done and dusted. That was a bit wet. First half of that run, I just got absolutely soaked for about, what, 3 or 4 miles. But, oh well, once you're out, aren't you? But, no, that was good. That felt good. And legs definitely couldn't have coped with a session today. Definitely not. So I'm very happy that I took the decision to switch to an easy run. But endurance is there, endurance is good. I couldn't get going at that pace for quite a while, but 11 was all that was needed today. This is what I was referring to back a moment ago when I was out in the garage. It's working on that race pace, and this is what I'm doing in the sessions. Working in and around that half marathon pace, trying to sustain that pace for long periods of time, like over mile reps, 2k reps, 1k reps. Just getting your body used to that race pace, really. So, but yeah, 11 miles. I'll put the splits on the screen, what I did and where I went. But no, all's good with that, and I'll send you back over to the garage. Have a lovely day. Hope your training's going well, and I shall see you again. Take care, guys. Bye bye.